Good morning, everyone. It's Ann Metcalf in sunny Sawasan, British Columbia. Welcome to Alchemical Shifts Sunday morning chat. I hope you're all well. Just feeling that essence heart within you. Just breathe that in. Breathe in your connection with the earth and the cosmos. Just take these off for a sec. And it's actually drum smudging. So if you're watching, and those of you who watch after, you can stand and imagine that the drumming that I'm drumming up the front side of your body and down the back side of your body. So I'm going to stand. So just breathe in. Feet are connected with the earth and your heart. So just breathe in. If you want to, you can turn around and imagine I'm going up your back from your feet. And how was that? I first had that done by a man named Three Trees, and it was just, it's almost surreal. He going up the front, down your back, and then feeling the heartbeat. Yeah, it was beautiful. Just beautiful. So today, I'm going to be talking a couple of different things. As some of you know, if you watch my Facebook page, I've been posting a lot of little snippets on sugar and different questions of where sugar comes from. And there's natural sources, there's man-made sources, and things that are related to our health. And how we choose what we eat. And I'm offering a online course starting next week. And it's called Trust Your Gut, Eating What's Right for You. Eating intuitively so that you can be your most radiant and healthy self. And with that program, it's 6 weeks. It's a Zoom call. You can check. I have a little video on my Facebook page, so you can have a look at that and see if that interests you or not. And when we trust our gut, it's that gut feeling. Sometimes we have that. It's not related to food, and it's that gut feeling of going to do something. Or your examples, I don't know, you go for dinner or you're in a movie and you just have that feeling that you need to move. And there's no explanation for it. It's that gut feeling. And that is your sixth sense. That is your intuitive knowing. That is your entire body talking to you. Just talking to you. And sometimes it's a feeling. Sometimes it might be words in your head. Different things for different people. And so when we eat intuitively, we are trusting that intuitive knowing. It's like that essence soul is in every cell of our body, and it knows what's right for us. And sometimes, we get guidance and we ignore it. And then so it's like little detours and you come back around. And when you eat more intuitively, you're putting into your body what the body needs for that day, for that given moment. And letting go of, what the experts say you should have, even with science. If you've ever read the China study, it talks about how the research is skewed to match what they set out to study. So it's not quite accurate. So anyway, this program, my program, will be learning how to use a pendulum and your body as the pendulum to determine if that food is right, letting go of what you think you should be eating and what the experts say you should be eating. And so anyway, have a look at my Facebook page. And some of the other things I've been talking about is the sugar and how sugar has changed, it's evolved. 10,000 years ago, agriculture was started. When I was taking my archaeobotany course at university, we were studying seeds that they found in jars, on what they used to call Easter Island, Rapa Nui, and they could tell what they were eating thousands and thousands of years ago. And so as we became agriculturalists, we went from a hunter-gatherer to growing crops. And then, of course, the population increased. And now we've got industrialization, and that has changed things even more. So our primal brain is on the survival. We need to eat to survive. And now we've got these added sugars, and there's 56 different kinds of sort of substitutes that the food industry, with the sugar industry, are using in our foods without you knowing it. And it's really hard to know how that's affecting our body, and the fact that it's in the food, and it's all these titles that half of them I can't pronounce, but I'm listing some of them on my Facebook page, but there's 56 of them. We know sugar, and we know maple syrup, we know honey, we know agave, we know stevia, and things like that. And different kinds of cane sugar, and the coconut sugar is sort of a new one, fairly new one. And so we recognize those, but all these other sort of chemically sounding ones, the brain sees them all as sugar. And studies have shown that there is an addictive nature to the sugar, and it changes the the way the brain picks up on that. I mean, it's sugar, but there's like a new neural pathway that's created that the body just keeps wanting that to help us feel that satisfaction, that pleasure. And the more I've been working on my sort of journey, that pleasure for me is coming more from loving myself and the universal love, the love of creation, of God, of Allah, whatever you call that. And that loving yourself from the essence heart is, for me, it's very satisfying. Do I still go for sugars? Yeah. When I was a kid, I had, we had special treats were sweet things. And I know a lot of you I've talked to, same thing. Or you got a reward. Oh, or you hurt yourself. oh, here, have something, have a little cookie or something to make you feel better. Well, that has not really served us very well. And so be aware that sugars are in so much of our food, and it's been added to our food without our knowing it. So the more you can eat fresh whole food, the better. And with that awareness, you can make decisions. You can make choices. I had an interesting chat with a friend of mine related to this course that I'm giving. And she is a neuroscientist and has studied all the different neurons in the brain. Her name is Caroline Emmett, and she has this new jewelry line, and the jewelry itself are the different neurons in the brain. And if you can go on YouTube, she's got this little 2-minute video showing the jewelry, and they help with different kinds of brain injuries because when you wear the piece, it's actually representing that neuron that is in the body. And my apologies, Caroline, for not getting this quite right, but your body picks up that frequency of that neuron in its perfect shape, and it just radiates throughout your body. I had the absolute pleasure of wearing a piece for a short time a couple of years ago, and it was called, I'm just going to get my glasses, it was called an astrocyte, a piece, and it's called the mother cell, and it's star-like cells that are located throughout the brain and the spinal cord. And it helps with the nutrients to the nervous system and maintaining the nervous system and that myelin sheath that we need to protect our nervous cells. And so, you know, the question is, what is that, the sugar that we eat, doing to those neurons in our brain? How is that sugar affecting them? Caroline says not a lot of research has been done on that, and so that'll be interesting to see what that research is in the coming years. And the more we know about that, then perhaps we'll have more honesty and integrity in the sugar industry, in the food industry, and us making those choices to eat really healthy food and not to go for these, what I call the mood foods, or when you're feeling upset or mad or whatever, and you go for those comfort foods that give you that temporary fix. And what can you substitute in its place for that? And just have grace for yourself, because we've gone from a hunter-gatherer where sugar wasn't part of it. There was the natural food, and now just within the last 200 years and the last 50 years with the whole food industry saying this is good for you, that's good, oh no, that's bad. And when you learn to trust your intuitive knowing, just by the simple body testing, forward for me is yes and backwards is no, when you put a piece of food next to you, or a can of peas, or whatever that might be, and your body will tell you. So it's a fascinating study. Yeah, so just have a wonderful day. You can check my website, which will be under review soon. It's www.soil-alchemy.com, where I sell my activating jewelry that awakens codes in our DNA to help us be those more aware, compassionate, humane humans that we are, because our soul spirit is that love, and we can awaken that and just go deeper inside these personalities and let go of the conditionings. And happy journeys to cutting down some of that sugar in your daily eating. Blessings to all. Namaste. Thank you.